Hello everyone and welcome back to Man United Fans Voice. This is 𝗦𝗦𝗢𝗚𝗓, and in this video I was supposed to be analyzing and reacting to the game against Brentford, but as we all know, unfortunately, that game did not happen. However, the last few days have been quite eventful and there are a few things to talk about, so I will be giving you my basic thoughts on everything that has happened in the last few days involving Manchester United. So on Monday we had the Champions League round of 16 draw. But the major talking point from that draw is not who Manchester United is going to face in the next round of the Champions League, but the fact that in one day we had not one but two draws, and Manchester United were drawn to face Paris Saint-Germain and Atletico Madrid. So what basically happened with the Champions League draw was that 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗓, who was the person responsible of picking the balls with the team's names inside, picked the ball with the name Villarreal inside. At that point, most United fans who were watching the draw live kind of switched off because we knew that United cannot face Villarreal since we were in the same group. But that actually did happen, and 𝗦𝗦𝗡𝗏𝗓𝗏's next ball had Manchester United in it. What happened next was that some UEFA officials kind of interrupted the draw and said that there is obviously some sort of technical error, although personally I cannot understand how there can be a technical error when the only thing that they had to do was pick balls from a pot, but let's move past that. And that, from that point, kind of created a domino effect, because Manchester United were then put in the draw for Atletico Madrid, and then everything that happened next was in a way not legitimate, because although the problem only involved Manchester United, only involved one team, it meant that every draw that happened after that point was not how it was supposed to be. And of course, after that, UEFA came out with a statement that basically blames an external provider. I will read you the basic part of the statement. There was a problem with an external provider that instructs the officials as to which teams are eligible to play each other. Now that, in my opinion, is a very complicated way to say that we completely messed up and we put the wrong balls in the wrong pots at the wrong time. Now, a lot of people think that this whole thing was staged, that it was intentionally, that UEFA wanted to fix the draw because Ronaldo against Messi will pay a lot of money. I don't have an opinion. I cannot say for sure that yes, this was staged and fixed. I find it a bit difficult to think that UEFA, a multi-billion organization, would try and do something so stupid looking. If they wanted to fix the draw, I am sure that, like I said before, a multi-billion organization would find a better way to do it. And as we all know now, UEFA decided to go ahead with a second draw. And this time, Manchester United were drawn to face Atletico Madrid. Now, in this video, I don't want to go too deep into talking about our games against Atletico Madrid, simply because in 2 months from now, no one can be certain about the condition and the form the two teams will be in. Just a few basic things. I think we are all very aware of that Atletico Madrid are a very strong team. They have some fantastic players. They are the champions of Spain. Lately, they have not been as strong as they have been in recent years. They barely made it through their group behind Liverpool, and at the moment, Real Madrid are clear favourites to win the title in Spain since they are 13 points ahead of Atletico Madrid. Then on Tuesday, we had a game between Brentford and Manchester United being postponed. I agree with the decision 100%. Safety comes first. We are in the middle of a pandemic, and it is much better to be too safe than be sorry afterwards. What I do not understand is why the officials had to wait so late. The reason was COVID cases. Nothing was going to change, so why leave it so late to make a final decision? I felt very sorry for all the fans that were traveling, that had tickets and were going to travel to watch the game, and I hope that in the future, if similar decisions have to be made, they make them much sooner. Looking at the whole situation only from a football perspective, we have a new manager that wants to make changes, that wants to implement his own ideas and his own philosophy. From the 3 games we've seen with him in charge, we've only seen 30 minutes against Crystal Palace with what we are hoping to see with Ralf Rangnick as the manager of Manchester United. It takes time. It takes a lot of work. It takes many hours training for a manager to be able to implement his ideas, his philosophies, his style on his team. Because he needs to make his ideas become his players' habits. He needs to get into the players' brains. He needs to make his philosophy the second nature of his players. And that takes time. We all know that Ralf Rangnick is very keen into video analysis, and I am certain that even if the team is not able to train, he has been giving him a lot of video material so they can watch and learn. But that of course is not enough. The normal procedure is video analysis, watching videos that have the ideas of what the manager wants his team to do, and then you go on the training pitch and you work on those things that you have watched on the videos. And of course, the whole situation now with teams not being able to train under normal conditions and normal situations is not ideal for a manager that wants to make changes. Changing the subject a bit, but keeping it related with Ralf Rangnick, like I've said before, I have been massively impressed with how he handles his press conferences and with the points he very clearly makes. Clear answers, no euphemisms, straight to the point, no gap for misunderstanding what he wants to say. And I really enjoy the way he comes across. This is what I've seen. This is how I want things. This is going to change. End of story. And it is the same way regardless the nature of the question. It is the same way when he is answering a question regarding a player wanting to leave. It is the same way when he's answering a question regarding a player's injury. It is the same way when he's answering a question regarding tactics. And I really, really enjoy that. Clear and on to the point. It is very refreshing. I did feel towards the end of all his time at United that the press conferences were becoming very toxic. He did seem like a man who was and felt that he was losing control. And it is very refreshing now to see someone who is answering the press in a way that very emphatically shows that he is in control of the entire situation. The answers he gave when he was asked about Paul Pogba and Anthony Martial were, in my opinion, perfect. That is exactly the message that needs to be sent to players' agents, especially when they decide to go public. Personally, I can't understand why agents decide to do that. Why do they decide it is better to go public? That only makes the situation more complicated, because when they do that, they then force the clubs to want to prove that they are not going to get bullied. My view on Anthony Martial is this. Martial is a very talented footballer. We have seen some very exciting spells during his time at Manchester United. But overall, he didn't deliver what was expected from him, and eventually he lost his place in the team. And I do believe that now he has come to the realization that his time at Manchester United is finally up. In a way it is sad, because like I said before, he is very talented, but I do believe that he has been given enough chances and it simply has not worked out. Most of us, me included, are expecting and hoping that Ralf Rangnick is going to drop some of his star players that have been underperforming recently. Players like Rashford and Bruno. But we always need to consider this. This is a new manager that wants to bring new ideas, new tactics, a new system. And he wants and needs his players to adapt and adjust to all these changes he wants to implement as soon as possible. Dropping them does not help him do that. An awful lot has been said about the captaincy at Manchester United. Most fans were hoping that Ralf Rangnick would appoint a new captain. And I don't believe that was because of disliking Harry Maguire. I don't think it was about that at all. I think it was mainly because Maguire does not come across as captain material. The captain has to be someone with fire, with hunger, someone who shows passion and emotion during interviews. And how can Cristiano Ronaldo's winning mentality and experience be overlooked? And the same with Bruno. Personally, I think that the captaincy has damaged Maguire's performances. And I was against the idea of changing the captain because I thought that would be very bad for his confidence But now with the new manager, everything can reset. But I don't think that's a good idea halfway through the season. But I do not agree with the opinion that the captaincy should go to the goalkeeper. Yes, David De Gea is one of our most experienced players. Yes, David De Gea is one of the leaders in that dressing room. Yes, David De Gea is one of our best players. But I want my captain to be able to be close to situations during a game where he needs to be there. I want him to be able to be close to the referee when he needs to go and complain. I want him to be close to our players when he needs to tell them off or build them up and boost their confidence. And the goalkeeper cannot leave his box during a game to do all those things. I want my captain to be everywhere he needs to be during a game. So, no game to react and analyze, but quite a few things to talk about and give my opinion on. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like I always say, if you did enjoy it, please press that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for your amazing support. Thank you for watching my videos, and I will see you all very soon. Glory, glory, Man United.